and local communities. I think that these new trends in media very much count with local communities. I don't know if that is your experience. Could you please also include that in, you know, the messages that you're going to give now, and talk about your motivation on doing this, why you do this, why did you imagine that it would be important, why is it important now? Perhaps we can share, you can share a little bit with our audience today. Thank you. Perhaps first Ricardo, and then James. Yeah, first you. It's good. Your film was first.
Hello. Thank you, Marta. James, it's an honor to me to be here. Like 3 weeks ago, I was in my home in Brazil and see your film, and I imagine us. I want to do a film like this one day in my life. And here I'm here with you, and I can feel how little is the world, and when we are here really connected with our purpose of life, in some way the life put the persons we have to know to keep going. And it's a pleasure to me. I be emotional to be here with you. It's thank you very much. And I start my life as a filmmaker. Was an accident of the destiny. I was finalized my career as a marine biologist in the Rio de Janeiro Public University, and my mother died, and my family moved too far from the ocean, and I have to survive 2 years as a fisherman in Rio de Janeiro for paying my bills and until the day I get a dog. And after that day, the first night the dog sleep in my house, I can't kill any more animals. And I start to filming those people who are my colleagues of work when I was a fisherman. And I made my first documentary named Urban Sea. I follow 5 fishermen during 14 years. They are my friends now, my best friends. After 15 years filming the same person, you are part of our family. And now I can see the other side of the history. I survive of the ocean. I know what the ocean represents for those people who depends of the ocean for survive. And I start filming when they made the Olympic Games in Brazil in 2016. 16.
No, that was the World Cup, no.
No, the Olympic Games. Yeah. The entire world, I saying the Guanabara Bay was dead, is a shame to realize the Olympic Games over there. And I was just launched my first documentary about my friends, the fishermen. And I think for myself, I have to show the other part of the history. I have to show the resilient lives who still survive in those places. Because if someone die, you keep going and forgot. And when you know there are some hope, there are some life, you fight for them. And I returned at the same place when I was diving as a fisherman. In filming, the same fish I catch for survive, I filmed them for the people who wants to protect the Guanabara Bay. And the UNDP invited me to show this film in the first Oceans Conference in New York in 2017.
INTP. What is that?
UNDP.
UNDP.
UNDP, yeah. And it was a huge success over there, like that kind of local message with global issues. And in the same year, I finalized my documentary. My first daughter born, Nina, born at the end of the process of made the documentary. At the beginner, I was thinking about made a film for Save the Guanabara Bay, but I realized that film was for Nina Future. The Guanabara Bay.
Nina is your daughter,
My daughter.
and she was born
In 2016.
2016.
Yes, and different of your series for Netflix, I made the first documentary completely alone. I made 42 excursions in the night in Guanabara Bay with nobody, no diver, no boat, nothing. Sometimes I have a guy who sail beer in the night. He have a little boat like this side, and he has just one arm. And I give some money to him. I put all my equipment inside the boat, and I go outside the boat with fins, and we cruise the Guanabara Bay by night for film something. I use a lot of images I made with him, and sometimes the current pick up me, and my wife was pregnant, and I told her, if I can't return until 8 o'clock in the morning, you call the firemen, and I'm gonna cruise the bay, and you can find me in the other side. And she was very angry with me about that.
Of course, in panic, I imagine.
Panic.
Absolutely.
But many times I was thinking by myself, why I'm put in this kind of situation, to put my life in risk. Why? And when Nina born, I understand we are fighting a war, invisible war against the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, where are harmed our planet, acidification or erosion, a war against the misinformation. And I want to see in my daughter's eyes in the future, and she gonna know I do the things I have to do for her. And I understand to pass an entire life without fighting is worse than die. And I understand the reason about put my life in risk.
danger.
It is the same here in the rivers of Portugal. When I launched the film, I come here for a film festival.
Right.
The Cine Ecoceia.
In Ceia.
In Ceia. And I
I
win the best film in Portuguese language. It was an honor for me. So little production. And I cruise the river, and I sit down in the river and see what's happening.
What river? This one.
This one,
Tejo.
yeah.
Tejo.
And I put this in my mind. One day I'm going to return here to film this river, to be the same film I do in the Guanabara Bay.
Right.
And when they told the next Oceans Conference was here in Lisbon, I made a letter for the ONU in New York with
United Nations. Yeah.
United Nations. Maíra is here. I called Maíra. I write the letter and get Maíra, help me to
make a proposal.
To make a beautiful proposal with
Beautiful.
pictures and everything. And I sent a sample email for the UN in New York, and I received the answer. Ricardo, we love our idea. Pick up your things. We're going to sponsor your film. And I call Maíra and I cry, Maíra,
Fantastic.
they're going to sponsor our film.
And we saw the trailer, and it will be premiered later today,
Yes,
right?
the premiere is
Precisely here.
Precisely here.
Everyone's invited to be
at
here.
8 o'clock
8 o'clock.
In the evening. And what's not so different than the first film, because the current here in the river is 20 times.
Don't say everything, okay, so that people can.
Okay.
The teaser.
No, when you have to film on the water,
right,
you have to stop it. And when you film,
I'm ashamed as a Portuguese that it takes a Brazilian, not offending, But it takes a Brazilian to come and film Tejo. I mean, it's crazy. Why isn't it more, you think? There's this thing of somebody coming from outside in every field, right? Raising awareness more than the people who live here, probably. But then you got everyone, researchers, we can see, and everyone engaged.
Well, I realize we live in one planet, the ocean is only one, connected all the people, and the future of my daughter is not only in the Guanabara Bay.
It's here
It's
too.
here, in this river, in all the rivers come to the same ocean. And the message to cruise the Atlantic, to put my life in risk again, 10 times worse here, because sometimes I was diving like at 35 meters, and the bottom of the river was 50 meters down, and we have a descendant current to kill some very experienced divers over there, like divers with 14,000 divers can die in that place. And be myself again in the risk position, and I realize that is the way. I can't change the direction. Is this, and this film is done. Thank God I'm here alive to tell the history. And
I find it deeply moving that it became personal for the fact that you had a baby. I think it was something abstract maybe, and then it became really evident that it's for the future of the next and next and next generation, right? And so that became a really strong motivation, became personal. I find it very moving.
Yes, it's became it's a documentary with a purpose of life. We found a ONG in Brazil, Instituto Urbano, and when with our work there, we start to reforestation mangroves and send a message, like a message of we can recover all the nature we destroy in the last 50 years. We are planting 3,000 plants of mangrove in Guanabara Bay with Ocean Pack, one of the sponsors of the film we're going to launch today.
Right.
Ocean Pack see me and my daughter. Nina born in this meeting of
in this environment,
and
wonderful.
she started diving with me like 1 year and 7 months.
Is she here now?
No, she's gonna come in the night.
Wow, wonderful.
And with 3 years in the middle of the COVID pandemic, when I think everything is done, I'm gonna close the ONG, it's finished. I go to the beach with Nina and start to dive with her alone, and pick up some plastic in the bottom of the sea in Copacabana Beach.
Yeah.
And that image of this little girl, these little hands, pick up the plastic in the bottom of the sea, cruise the entire world. All the countries in the world, in China and Russia, we received a message from Russia, a video of a family to see who saw Nina in the television in Russia, and go to the beach and clean up the beach and send a video for us in Greece and all the countries. And that image of this little children pick up the plastic, touch the heart of the
millions
of people, and to the heart of Ocean Pack, this company. And they come to me and say, Ricardo, what you gonna do with our ONG? The first thing was in my mind, I want to planting 30,000 trees of mangrove in Guanabara Bay. And it's done.
Fantastic.
We have 11 months today. We start in 27th of July, is the International Mangrove Day, the last year. And today we have more than 20,000 trees, some ones with more than 2 meters tall. And we made a research with José.
Ricard, may I interrupt you? Because I wanted to go deeper into,
Okay.
your work, but I wanted first to learn about James'
Okay, sorry.
motivation.